High pressure. What happens with high pressure? Well, just the opposite starts to happen. Now, because of the high pressure, we get this huge explosion right out of the head, and it kind of just dumps it all in close. And it looks like a haystack. All the water just explodes out of the nozzle, doesn't go very far, and falls to the ground. And see, our next sprinkler head wants to be right over here. We don't even get to him. Too high a pressure. All the water explodes too soon and never gets any trajectory, never gets any range. The drops are too small. They're trying to drive through that air, but that air is so much resistance that it just stops the droplets and they fall to the ground. So the size of the droplet has everything to do with how far it will traject. And as long as we keep those droplets up to a decent size, we can get them to throw quite a ways. The minute we put too high a pressure, the droplets become too small coming out of the nozzle. They don't go very far. So again, there's a function of pressure and spacing. Now, one other little twist to spacing is that you can triangulate. And that can improve your pattern. This is a rectangular pattern here. We can take that same pattern, I'll do it to the side over here, but now we will triangulate it. So we'll put heads staggered on a grid like this. I get that one up about the right spot, pretty close. And so if you look in here, you can see basically triangles forming. Or they'll call it diamond pattern too. Some people call it a diamond pattern. Now the little twist on this, oops, I got that one a little spaced out there a little far, didn't I? And this guy got a little far. Got to get them spaced just right, you know. And you do this in the field, you survey them in so that they're right on. Now the trick is this head now is going to hit this one, and 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 this one. And that's how good the water pattern gets. Every head shoots to the next one. This guy here. This guy here is going to do this. This guy here, he does this, and so on. And you get this nice little pattern. Missed one in there. Nice little rosette, huh?
I've been doing that for a while.
And that's the kind of lap you get.
I can't get one that straight.
You mean yours on the paper don't look that nice?
Mine did.
Oh, good. But that would be, this would be square. This would be triangular. Or diamond. And those are the basic patterns we get. Now we start to make a little change in that pattern when we get into things like hand lines and wheel lines, where we got a rectangular pattern all of a sudden. Now we got 40 feet by 60 feet. So now we've skewed the square. And in the case of a wheel line, the sprinkler shoots 50 feet. So it shoots 10 feet beyond the head beside it, but it doesn't quite reach the next line. It's 10 feet short on the next line. So the pattern gets distorted a little more, and it isn't quite as uniform. And we can evaluate any given pattern. The sprinkler manufacturers can actually computer model the uniformity of the pattern and show you what the pattern is going to look like for any spacing you want at a given pressure and a given nozzle. And you can tweak with the spacings, and these different sprinkler manufacturers developed mathematically modeled computer programs that will show you how good the uniformity will be. You can actually get a visual look of it. You can get a 3D printout, and it'll calculate the uniformity of the pattern. And if you say, hey, I can live with 70% uniformity, then you can go to a 40 by 60 spacing and run 50 psi at 6 gallon a minute nozzles. And that's what a wheel line or a hand line will do, and that's about how good the efficiency is. You get about 70% efficiency out of that water. The other 30% is deep percolated or blows away or runs off or is elsewhere gone. It's about the three things that can happen to it, huh? You can blow away, it can deep percolate, it can run off, or it can evaporate. Four things that can happen to it, which we'll get to here.